Good evening. You know what I'm here for. Quick disclaimer. You can follow me on Mr.Armani1985 on Instagram, or you can follow my TikTok page, Facebook page, or YouTube page, Paralegal Nation, where I'll be dropping a lot of jewels on credit and legal issues. You can also find my hashtag over 20 trade lines, where I currently have over 20 trade lines being reported on my credit. Tonight, we're doing an official review on the Cerulean Platinum credit card. Usually I have my credit report and I usually show you guys a picture of my credit report and proof that this card has been reported. But since this card is new, it hasn't hit on my credit report yet. So I just got the card, I just activated it, and I'm here to give you guys a jewel and some information on this card just in case you get this card. Now, this card has two partners. They have Continental Finance and the Bank of Missouri. Both of these partnerships are banks. They work with people who have little to no credit. Currently, I have good credit, so they work with individuals, little to no credit, all the way up to fair to good credit. So with this card, your credit limit is going to be anywhere between $300 on up to $2,000 based on your credit worthiness. I didn't get the whole 2,000, but I got somewhere in between. But it's based off your credit worthiness. And then after you make payments on this card for 6 months, it doubles to so they say if you got to approve for 300 to go to 600, if you got to approve for 1,000, it goes up to 2,000. If you got to approve for 750, it's gonna go up to, the next higher number of 1,600. So with this card is they do have an app. The app is the Continental Finance app. It's a MasterCard, of course, as you can see, the brand here. It's not a prepaid card. You can use this card for rental cards. You can use this card for anywhere that MasterCard is accepted. And the good thing is it gets reported to all three major credit bureaus. Now, the Continental Finance Company, they enjoy working with individuals who is in the process of building a credit. And the good thing about them is you barely get denied. They work with all sorts of people. They're not one of those companies that say, hey, you got to have a 650 or better to qualify for this card. Another good thing about this card, it gets reported to all three major credit bureaus. So when it comes to building your credit, your Equifax score is going to go up, your experience score is going to go up, your TransUnion score is going to go up. This card is going to get reported to all three of those credit bureaus. You can use this card anywhere where MasterCard is accepted. So let's say you want to go shopping or dining or anything like that, you can do that. Now within the app, I'm going to show pictures of the app when I upload this on my Instagram page. For some reason, TikTok don't allow me to upload pictures. On this app, you can do anything from managing your payments to adding authorized users to, of course, making payments, and you can get a free credit score every month. Now, here's a little quick disclaimer when it comes to adding someone as an authorized user. Don't run this card in the dirt and then add someone as an authorized user, because guess what? You want to keep your credit utilization under 30%. The reason why I say that is because the lower your credit utilization, the more points you're going to get. So if what you want to do is, let's say you get approved for 1,000, only use 30% of that, then pay it off. Use 30%, pay it off. When you add somebody as an authorized user, that credit utilization that's on this card that's less than 30 is going to transfer over to the next person that you add. So for those mothers and fathers out there that got 18-year-olds that you don't really know that much about credit, and you're trying to build your credit and then theirs at the same time, get this card or any other card that allows you to add them as an authorized user, or you might already have some, but make sure your balance is already low, because the wrong thing that you want to do is you add your child to a credit card and then the balance is 90%, your credit limit is 90% used, and then you transferring that debt to them. Now their credit score is going to go down, thinking you're doing them a favor. It doesn't work like that. So the interest rate on this card is a whooping 29.99%. It's high. The interest rate for your average credit card is above 20% now. I don't know if it's because of the inflation and anything like that, but the interest rate is pretty high. Your annual fee is going to be taken out of your card immediately. Your annual fee is $125. So that's one of the drawbacks, but it's not the worst, because there's American Express cards that got annual fees in the upwards of hundreds of dollars. The good thing about this card is you can enjoy peace of mind with the Mastercard zero liability, meaning that let's say if you was victimized by identity theft or someone stole your card, you won't be held liable. So what you do is, let's say if you've been victimized by identity theft or if your card been compromised, they're not gonna force you to pay that bill. That's a good thing about this card. I already went over how it gets reported to all 3 major credit bureaus. I also went over the free monthly credit score. It's always good to know your credit score. It's always good to know that. They do have an online account management to where you can make payments, look at your statements, and check your due dates and more. That's also a good thing. The mobile app is very convenient. I'm going to take pictures of the mobile app and upload it on my page. They have it for both Google and they both have it for the Android system. They also have a credit protection program to where, let's say, you lose a job or unforeseen circumstances or a death in the family or anything like that. It's a certain percentage. How they do it is you enroll and they're going to charge you a certain percentage of your carryover balance. So it's not that much, and it's good for emergencies. Like what I do is on all my credit cards that offer the credit protection, I always sign up for it because anything can happen. I can lose my job. I can get involved in a car accident. Anything can happen. So I'd rather spend a little few cents for them to make a payment on my account than to sit up here and let something happen and then an unforeseen circumstance or emergency happen and then I can't do nothing about it. Within the app, you're going to have a cardholder agreement. The cardholder agreement is going to show like your terms and conditions of the credit card. It's going to show your interest rate and everything like that. Another thing that this card prides themselves on is privacy. They don't just share your information with a bunch of people. It's very, very safeguarded. Your information is safeguarded. They don't have data breaches. So that's also a good thing about this card. Now, they don't have a pre-qualify for this card. Like a lot of other cards where you can go into your basic information, they take a little sneak peek at your credit report, and then they give you a pre-qualify where you can accept it or not. What you have to do is there's 2 ways to apply. You can either go online or you have, no, actually 3 ways. I'm lying. If you got a credit monitoring account, like for example, Credit Karma or Experian or Credit Check Total, when you go to like offers on those 3 apps or more, there's more than that, this card will usually pop up and then they usually give you odds on you getting approved. Like when I first got this pre-approval through the third-party app, they said I had a high chance of getting a card, so I applied for it. You know, I'm building my credit. I don't really use credit like that. I just want the credit in a relationship with the banks, and I got approved for it. Now, another way you're gonna get approved, I know I mentioned 2 or 3, but I'm just gonna go over the list because it's more than that. Either you're gonna get peer approved through a credit monitoring app, or they're gonna send you a pre-qualify in the mail, or you can apply over the phone. When you do those 3, it's not a pre-qualify. It's more of they're gonna do a hard, how can I say, they're gonna do a hard inquiry on your credit. It's not like they already take a peek at your credit and then they give you a pre-qualify of your limit that you want to get, you accept it and going from there. It's a hard inquiry on your credit. So be prepared for your points to drop a couple of points if you do it. Hopefully they don't drop that much, usually 1 or 2, but if you're talking about more than 3 or 4 range, then it's not good. So it is a hard inquiry. It's not a pre-qualified website like a lot of other credit cards. They do have a fast process when it comes to you applying for this card. Most people get a decision within 60 seconds. And then let's say if you don't get approved right then and there, they send you something in the mail. Some banks will deny you right then and there, then send you a letter in the mail and say, hey, I need you to send in a copy of your ID or utility bill. If you're really interested in that card, then you'll send in a copy of your utility bill and front and back of your ID. And then you'll go ahead and then get the card. Now, when you do apply for this card, what I suggest for people, like I said, you're gonna get dinged $125 off the rip. What I would advise people to do is pay that $125 immediately and then go ahead and use 30% and then pay it off, or you can just pay on the $125 and then pay it off and then just don't use it and just get reported and then have your whole credit limit reported on your credit as well. But that $125 is going to be due on your card. They don't have a referral to where, let's say, for example, I always say I'm gonna drop a link in the description and then if you click on that link, we both get a bonus. They don't have a referral. So yeah, this is just an official review on this card. I'm already paid off the $125, so I got my whole limit. If you guys want more tips, follow my page.